Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. This is Lifestyle Critic, where we break down movies and TV shows into their core elements, and in this video we are going to be reviewing the recently released Godzilla vs Kong, which is the fourth movie in the MonsterVerse universe after the rights went from Universal to Warner Brothers. And as the title suggests, this movie is all about the epic battle between these two heavyweight titans. I mean, they did try and add a bit of an emotive storyline and character development, but it just did not really work that well. But you know, that being said, what it lacked in that department it more than made up for in a bit of a cinematic spectacle, and was incredibly successful in the box office even during a pandemic. And I cannot wait to break it down for you in this movie review. So this movie takes place 5 years after the events of Godzilla, King of the Monster, and in this film Godzilla is suddenly attacking a cybernetics building. Meanwhile, Kong is being held inside a dome in Skull Island when some scientists enter and want Kong to take them to Hollow Earth. Some twists and turns then take place, but like I said, the main event in this movie is all about the epic duel between these two big titans, and more importantly, who is going to come out on top. So the film boasts a really brilliant cast and characters in this movie, so let's go through them one by one. So first up, we of course have Godzilla himself, who is just randomly attacking labs in this movie, and you really find out why as you go along. Kong, like I said, as well, is being held in Skull Island, where some scientists want him to take them to Hollow Earth. Next up we have Alexander Skarsgard, who plays a character called Nathan, who is leading this mission in terms of wanting Kong to take a group of scientists all the way into Hollow Earth. Next up we have Rebecca Hall, who plays a character called Eileen, who is Kong's protector and is also Gia's adoptive mother. Gia is able to use sign language and is able to communicate with Kong himself. Next up we have Millie Bobby Brown, who plays a character called Madison, who returns from the Godzilla previous movie and believes that there must be a bigger reason as to why Godzilla is having this erratic behavior and is suddenly crashing and burning loads of different places. Next up we have Brian Henry, who plays a character called Bernie, who is a former Apex employee and is now a bit of a podcast theorist who teams up with the Madison character. Next up we have Eiza Gonzalez, who plays an exec from the Apex company, and I do feel like Eiza Gonzalez is literally in all of the top movies right now, which is absolutely amazing. Next up we have Chandler, who plays Madison's father, who is also returning. So I really like the fact that they have a bit of continuity, not just from a storyline point of view, but also from a cast and characters point of view, which really does make Godzilla vs Kong truly epic. So from a visuals point of view, you know, they do look incredibly impressive in this movie. Even though it is pretty much all CGI based, it does look really realistic, and you do feel like you're immersed into this world. And in particular as well, the locations that they go to, namely Skull Island and Hollow Earth, all look very, very spectacular. And then of course the moment that we've all been waiting for are the actual fight sequences between Godzilla and Kong. And those sequences, there are quite a few of them actually, and they look very, very amazing. And the final one in particular looks really, really cool as well. And so from a cinematography point of view, this movie looks incredible. So in terms of comparisons, you know, within this particular MonsterVerse universe, there are 4 other movies. And I would say, you know, they're all pretty decent, but I do definitely think Godzilla vs Kong is the best one out of all of them. One, because it's really, really iconic, and secondly, because I feel like the storyline elements that they did try to weave in here are pretty decent, and I think it works really, really well with the spectacular moments that happen in this movie. And so from a comparison point of view, this movie is definitely the strongest one in the MonsterVerse universe. So overall, I have to say, whilst there were some great moments in Godzilla vs Kong, as an overall movie package, I was a little bit disappointed by it. I feel like it's incredibly overhyped. I think because of the fact that it's the first true cinematic movie that's been released this year, everybody is overpraising it a little bit more than they normally would have done. And I do think it's a classic case of style over substance. And so for all of those reasons, I have to give it a 5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.